Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Because today we're re-diving into some absolutely groundbreaking news out of Germany that's going to affect millions of retirees. Honestly, this is the kind of policy change that could set a precedent for countries around the world. So grab your coffee, settle in, and let's talk about Germany's new tax exemption policy for retirees starting in 2026. So here's the big news that's been making waves across Europe. Germany is introducing a tax exemption for retirees who earn up to €2,000 per month, starting in 2026. If you're thinking, wait, what does this actually mean? Don't worry, I'm going to break it all down for you, whether you're a retiree yourself, planning for retirement, or just curious about how countries handle their aging populations. First, let's set the stage. Germany, like many developed nations, has an aging population. It's a real demographic shift that policymakers have been grappling with for years. You have more people retiring, living longer, and needing financial security. At the same time, many retirees want to stay active, work part-time, or pursue passion projects that generate some income. But here's where it got tricky. Under the old system, retirees who wanted to earn a little extra were often hit with taxes that made it less appealing to work. So what exactly is changing? Starting in 2026, retirees in Germany who earn up to €2,000 per month will not have to pay taxes on that income. Let me say that again, zero taxes on up to €2,000 monthly. That's roughly €24,000 per year of completely tax-free income. When you think about it, that's a substantial amount of money, especially for retirees who aren't looking for full-time jobs but want the flexibility to consult, freelance, or turn hobbies into small income streams. Now, why is Germany doing this? There are several really smart reasons. First and foremost, this is about financial relief for retirees. The cost of living is rising everywhere, and retirees on fixed pensions often feel the squeeze the most. By allowing them to earn up to €2,000 tax-free each month, the government is giving them more breathing room. Think about what that means in practical terms. That could cover rent, groceries, or healthcare costs. It could fund travel and hobbies. Or it could simply provide a financial cushion that gives you peace of mind. This can genuinely transform retirement from a time of constant worry to one of enjoyment. But it's not just about helping individuals. There's also a broader economic strategy at play here. Germany, like many countries, is dealing with labor shortages. When you discourage retirees from working, you're removing a pool of experienced, skilled workers from the economy. These are people with decades of knowledge and an incredible work ethic. By making it more attractive for them to work, Germany is tapping into this valuable resource. It's a win-win. Retirees get extra income without the tax burden, and businesses get access to experienced workers who can fill gaps and mentor younger employees. This is especially true in skilled trades, healthcare, and education. A retired nurse could work a few shifts a month and actually benefit financially. But a retired carpenter could take on small projects and keep all their earnings up to that €2,000 threshold. A retired accountant could do tax preparation during busy season without a second thought. There's also a social and psychological dimension that's often overlooked. For many people, having a sense of purpose, staying mentally active, and maintaining social connections through work are crucial for their overall well-being. Research shows that people who stay engaged tend to be healthier and happier in their retirement. This policy removes a major barrier that might prevent retirees from staying engaged in meaningful work if that's what they want to do. It's about giving people choices and not penalizing them. Let's talk about some real-life examples. Imagine you're a retired teacher. Under this new system, you could take on private tutoring, earn up to €2,000 a month doing something you love, and keep every single euro. You could help struggling students and be compensated fairly for your expertise. Or maybe you're a retired engineer who wants to consult for a few hours a week. Now, you can earn a decent supplementary income without the tax headache. Perhaps you always dreamed of turning your woodworking hobby into a small business. Now you can set up a shop, sell your crafts, and not worry about taxes eating into your profits until you exceed that monthly threshold. The same goes for artists, bakers, and photographers. This policy opens up opportunities for creative entrepreneurship among retirees in a way that wasn't nearly as attractive before. This flexibility is remarkable. It's not forcing anyone to work. It's simply removing the financial disincentive for those who want to go. It recognizes that retirement in the 21st century looks different. People are healthier, living longer, and often want to remain active participants in society. The traditional model of working until 65 and then stopping completely just doesn't fit everyone anymore. So, who exactly qualifies? This applies to people receiving retirement pensions in Germany. The €2,000 threshold is for monthly earnings from work or business activities on top of their pension. It's about earned income, not investment income, though the specific details will become clearer as we get closer to 2026. Critics might wonder if Germany can afford to give up this tax revenue. It's a fair question, but the government has clearly determined that the benefits outweigh the costs. When retirees have more disposable income, they spend it. That spending generates economic activity and tax revenue in other ways, like sales tax. Plus, if this policy helps alleviate labor shortages, the economic benefits could be substantial. It could also reduce the need for social services if more retirees are financially self-sufficient. This policy is very much in line with Germany's tradition of a social market economy, which balances free market principles with social welfare. It's progressive, thoughtful, and economically pragmatic. What does this mean for other countries? Germany is a major economy, and what happens there often influences policy discussions elsewhere. The entire EU is dealing with aging populations. If this policy proves successful, you can bet that other countries will be watching closely and potentially considering similar measures. It's a straightforward idea that's easy to understand and has tangible benefits. The policy is set to begin in 2026, which gives both retirees and the government time to prepare. Retirees can start planning what opportunities they might want to pursue. Meanwhile, the government can set up the systems needed to implement this smoothly. Thinking about the human stories behind these numbers really drives home the impact. We're talking about grandparents who can now offer childcare, skilled craftspeople who can pass on their knowledge through paid workshops, and former professionals putting their decades of experience to good use. These aren't just abstract economic concepts. These are real improvements to real people's lives. There's also an intergenerational aspect. When older workers stay engaged, they often mentor younger workers and share invaluable knowledge. A young person can learn so much from an experienced practitioner. By making it easier for retirees to stay in the workforce, Germany is facilitating this collaboration. It's another win-win. So, what do you think about this new policy? Is it something you'd like to see in your own country? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'm really curious to hear what you think. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. We'll see you in the next one. Upbeat, engaging intro music fades in and then fades to background. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a fascinating topic that's making waves all the way in Germany, but has huge implications for anyone thinking about retirement, work, and money. Germany is rolling out a game-changing new policy, and honestly, it's one of the smartest, most forward-thinking moves I've seen in a long time. So, what's all the buzz about? In short, Germany is about to make it a whole lot easier and more profitable for retirees to work. Stick around, because we're going to break down exactly what this policy is, why it's happening now, and what it could mean for millions of people not just in Germany, but potentially around the world. Let's get into it. First, let's set the stage. Like many developed countries, Germany is facing a major demographic shift. People are living longer, healthier lives, which is fantastic news. But it also means the population is aging. At the same time, birth rates have been relatively low. This combination creates a perfect storm for the economy. A shrinking workforce has to support a growing number of retirees. This puts immense pressure on pension systems, healthcare, and the labor market. You see, when there are fewer people working and paying taxes, there's less money flowing into the systems that support retirees. It's a classic economic puzzle, and countries everywhere are scrambling to solve it. For years, the solution has been debated. Raise the retirement age. Increase contributions. Cut benefits. None of these options are particularly popular for obvious reasons. But Germany is thinking outside the box. They've looked at this challenge and seen an opportunity. What if the solution isn't just about finding more money from the existing workforce, but about tapping into a valuable, experienced, and often overlooked resource? I'm talking about retirees themselves. Many people reaching retirement age today aren't just looking to kick back and relax for the next 20 or 30 years. They're active, skilled, and many want or need to continue earning some income. And this is where Germany's brilliant new policy comes in. So, here's the core of the new plan, set to take full effect in 2026. Germany is getting rid of a major hurdle for retirees who want to work, the supplementary income tax. Previously, if a retiree in Germany earned income above a certain relatively low threshold, their pension payments would be reduced. This basically acted as a penalty for working. It created a situation where many retirees thought, why bother working more if a big chunk of my earnings will just be taken away through reduced pension benefits? It was a huge disincentive. But now, that's all changing. The new policy removes these caps and penalties. Starting in 2026, retirees will be able to earn as much supplementary income as they want without seeing their state pension reduced. This is a massive shift from penalizing work to actively encouraging it. Let's break down what this means in practical terms. Imagine you're a retiree in Germany. You have your state pension, but with the rising cost of living, you'd like a bit more financial breathing room. Maybe you're a former engineer who could consult a few hours a week, or a skilled craftsperson who wants to sell your goods online, or maybe you just want to work part-time at a local cafe to stay social and active. Before, you'd have to constantly track your earnings to make sure you won't go over the limit and get your pension docked. Now, that worry is gone. You can take on that consulting gig, open that online shop, or work those extra shifts without fear of your primary retirement income being penalized. It's about giving people freedom and control over their own financial lives in their later years. Now, you might be asking, why is Germany doing this now? Well, it's a strategic move to tackle several problems at once. The first, and most obvious, is addressing labor shortages. Germany, like many industrial nations, is facing a critical lack of skilled workers in key sectors. Think healthcare, engineering, IT, and skilled trades. By encouraging experienced retirees to stay in or re-enter the workforce, even on a part-time basis, Germany can help fill these crucial gaps. These aren't just entry-level positions. They often require deep knowledge and experience that recent graduates simply don't have. Retirees are a goldmine of this kind of expertise. The second major benefit is for the retirees themselves. This policy is a direct boost to their financial security. It acknowledges the reality that for many, the state pension alone isn't enough to live comfortably, especially with inflation. This allows them to supplement their income, maintain their standard of living, and have more financial independence. It's not just about money either. For many people, work provides a sense of purpose, social connection, and mental stimulation. This policy supports the holistic well-being of older citizens, recognizing that they have valuable contributions to make and a desire to stay engaged with society. It's a policy that treats retirees with dignity and respect, seeing them as active participants in the economy, not just as dependents. And third, this move is a huge win for the German economy as a whole. When more people are working, they're also paying taxes on that income. So, while the government is no longer saving money by reducing pensions, it's gaining tax revenue from this new wave of retiree workers. More importantly, these individuals are also consumers. The extra money they earn is likely to be spent on goods and services, which stimulates economic growth. It creates a virtuous cycle. Retirees earn more, spend more, pay more in taxes, and help businesses thrive by filling labor gaps. It's a clever way to turn a demographic challenge into an economic advantage. This isn't just a band-aid solution. It's a fundamental rethinking of the role of older citizens in the economy. So, as we wrap up here, I want to emphasize just how significant this policy shift really is. In a world where many countries are struggling to figure out how to support aging populations while maintaining economic growth, Germany is showing that creative, human-centered solutions are possible. By removing these barriers, they're acknowledging the reality of modern retirement. Supporting individual financial security and promoting a more inclusive economy where people of all ages can contribute if they choose to. This is the kind of forward-thinking policy that could genuinely improve the quality of life for millions. What happens next? Well, we'll be watching closely as 2026 approaches to see how the implementation goes and what the real-world impacts are. Will we see a surge in retiree entrepreneurship? Will labor shortages in certain sectors ease? And perhaps most importantly, will other countries look at Germany's model and follow suit? These are the big questions, and honestly, I'm excited to see how this plays out. Policies like this have the potential to completely reshape how we think about retirement, work, and the relationship between the two. If you found this video helpful and informative, please give it a thumbs up and share it with anyone who might be interested. And I really want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and let me know what you think. Are you in Germany and excited about these changes? Are you in another country wishing your government would do something similar? I love hearing your perspectives, so don't be shy. And of course, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss our future breakdowns of important economic news. Thanks so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.